Kenya Revenue Authority collected 142.8 billion shillings in tax revenue in January. This according to the latest numbers gazetted by Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani. The taxman has so far mobilized 8 trillion shillings in tax revenue in the current financial year, placing its performance rate at 59% for the 12 months ending June 2022. These numbers come at a time when the National Assembly Budget and Finance Committee has urged the August House to compel the executive to trim its planned budget shortfall for the next financial year by 270 billion shillings. Kenya Revenue Authority has in the recent past exceeded its revenue targets following the ceiling of revenue leakages. President Uhuru Kenyatta intends to commission a bigger percentage of roadworks his government has initiated before he leaves office. This according to Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia, who today toured a number of ongoing roadworks in Nairobi, Kiambu, Nyandarua and Nakuru County. According to the Cabinet Secretary, most of the ongoing projects are between 60 to 90% complete and will be ready for the President's commissioning by July. Most of the road projects are in the form of bypasses with the main aim of decongesting main highways. The CS notes that the President was keen, or rather is keen, on leaving a legacy that will be remembered fondly by Kenyans, especially on roads. Appreciating the role of job creation, the Cabinet Secretary noted that ongoing works in different parts of the country have employed thousands of youth who would otherwise have been jobless. And he bases this on a Kenya National Bureau of Statistics report that pointed to ongoing construction contributing to 11% of the GDP.
One of the biggest and high impact advantages we have and benefit is creation of jobs for our young people. You're seeing like these young men and women. Like you said, your name is? Caroline. Yeah, Caroline here. She's doing work here. If this project was not available, she'll be jobless. For this project alone, we have employed 660 young men and women. For the expressway, which we are just about to complete, we have employed 6,000 Kenyans. And so, even as you are doing these high-impact projects, you have to look at the benefit in terms of creation of employment.
Hoteliers in Naivasha are up in arms over what they term as a failure by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, to review the daily subsistence allowance rates for civil servants working in the town. The hoteliers have questioned the move to raise the rates for Nakuru City and downgrade Naivasha from Tier 1 to 2. Yet Naivasha hosts a significant portion of the hotels in the county. Under the newly gazetted rates, Nakuru has been ranked together with Mombasa, Kisumu and Nairobi, while Naivasha falls under the lower cluster. The daily rates for Nakuru have been raised to 22,000 shillings for the top officers and 4,200 for the lowest, while those staying in Naivasha will get 18,000 shillings and 3,500 shillings respectively.
And it is wrong for the government to renege on the promises they've made to the people of Naivasha, to the investors in Naivasha and the whole community. Because based upon the fact that they told us we are Tier 1, all these investments came to Naivasha. And we know that our government does keep its promises. So we believe this was just a mistake. We believe that our government will mend this up and put Naivasha back on Tier 1 so that the growth we see continuing in Naivasha can continue.
Naivasha, Gilgil and Nakuru are joined at the hip. None can survive without the other. That's why we need SRC to reconsider. And more so because this thing was done without public participation. They should have involved the public to know the impact of that downgrade. So it was just done arbitrarily, and in one day, 2nd of November 2018, a letter, our memo came out that from today, Naivasha is no longer in Tier 1. So that was a shock to many businesses that most of them are operating on loans.
Loss of business also means loss of employment. The hotel industry provides a livelihood for a lot of people, and the minute we see that our livelihoods are in danger, then we come out clearly and say we need assistance here to be upgraded back to Tier 1, because there was no reason from the beginning we were downgraded.
Competition authorities in Africa have raised concern over challenges they're facing in enforcement on matters fairness and market power when it comes to big tech firms such as Facebook and Google. Competition authorities from Egypt, Kenya, Mauritius and South Africa now say the digital marketplace represents considerable challenges for competition, law enforcement and policy determination. The authorities have now pledged to collaborate in scoping the conduct in digital markets and African consumers with the purpose of fair regulation enforcement in Africa. The authorities further say they will cooperate in the assessment of global, continental and regional mergers and acquisitions in digital markets, including harmonizing the notification framework. Feel Good Friday coming up next.